another bang. All them having cars now, whichever hit up. Light up my scars with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Thank you very much, Mikey the Problem Mckinson. Thank you for joining me here for iBoxing Hub. My name is Rico_boxing. Please follow us both on Twitter, all the spaces and everything. We'll be plugging more after the interview. But yeah, Mikey, great to have you, brother. How are you?
I'm good. You know. I'm an active boxer as of recent. I think this would be my 4th or 5th fight within the last 15 months, I believe, by next month. So I'm nice and active. You know, on the hunt for the big fight still, on the hunt for the big, but overall I'm happy. You know, I was 29 a couple of days ago. These next few years are the important ones in my career. So thank you very much. You know, when you're spending your birthday in camp, there's no cake. There's just hard work and stuff, you know. Birthday celebrations are on hold. But as a whole, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
That's really great to hear, Mikey. You know, obviously I've been following your career for a while now, not from the beginning, regrettably, but we, you know, seeing you have those nights in America against the Virgil Ortiz Jr. I think before you did, before the fight got cancelled, I think you fought an Alex Martin in a great showing, great showing that night. Great to see you rebuilding. We've seen you with Boxer now. How are you finding that?
No, I'm not actually signed on a promotional deal with Boxer. I just have I've just got a lot of gratitude and a lot of thanks for, obviously, my comeback fight was on a Boxer card in Bournemouth. It being an hour down the road from me, it was great that they gave me the opportunity to box on their show. And also this next one as well, you know, this is the biggest card the South Coast has ever seen, I think, you know. It's a football stadium fight at the Vitality next month on an undercard of a world title fight. So I'm extremely grateful to Boxer, Sky Sports, Ben Shalom, you know, for allowing me to showcase my skills on another big card. Also for my team as well, Joe from K4 Global and my dad who manages me now. Like, I'm very thankful for everyone who's played a part in getting me another opportunity on such a great card, you know.
I mean, to be honest with you, Mikey, you do deserve these fights and these opportunities. Every single time we see you in the ring, you always give it 100%. You always give it a great account and show of yourself. So I can understand why you have, I wouldn't even call it a cult fan base, because you've got the whole of Bournemouth backing you anyway. I'm only in Southampton, so it's good to see a local lad do really well, especially when you're fighting a Virgil Ortiz. But just going back to that fight, because obviously it was the premier fight of your career thus far. What did you gain from that experience? What have you gained from it? What have you sort of learned, and what have you taken on in terms of maybe in camp, or just in terms of looking, you know, how you kind of absorb the fights in those big moments, because you're after the big fights anyway now.
Sure, you know, firstly, I've had 25 pro fights. The 2 in America have been great, like last year. Every camp I have, although I'm 29 now and I've been a pro 8.5 years or whatever, every camp I have, I learn more about myself. I've got a great team around me, and we're still developing. We're still getting better, we believe, you know. The experiences I had last year with the Virgil fight, and even the Alex Martin fight before in America, are only going to benefit me going forward in my career. I spent 9 rounds with the biggest punching 147 on the planet, you know, and I didn't look out of place. I jumped up levels. I jumped up levels in terms of who I fought before and now fighting Ortiz or whatever, but I didn't look out of place. And, you know, I showed to the world that I've got a massive heart. you know, and I've got a solid chin. And I showed the world that I can compete at world level, and I'm not afraid to compete at world level too. You get a lot of boxers that are wrapped in bubble wrap a little bit and happy to just be in their comfort zone and looking good for the camera and that. But you got to think, I've never had it easy in my career. If you look at my record from early on, and I travelled. There was just 7 in the team, right? 7 of us travelled to Texas, right, to fight Virgil Ortiz in his backyard. You know, we came to the ring, and it was a cauldron of boos, Texans and Mexicans booing me, and we left the ring with cheers. You know, in the media room, nothing but like appreciation and respect, and we've done that the hard way, you know. So not many people are like me. Not many people have the mindset I have, you know. But for me, okay, I did take my first loss, but it's how you bounce back. I've had 2 comeback fights, and I've dealt with 2 South Americans in great fashion, 2 proud South Americans in great fashion. But my mindset is I want to be back to the world stage. You know, I tasted a little bit of last year, and I know I can compete at that level. I'm ranked number 1 in Britain, and I'm number 12 in the world on BoxRec, and top 15 in 2 of the governing bodies. So I'm still there. I'm still in touching distance of greatness, you know. So another win. We just keep winning, keep proving people wrong, and you know, like slowly but surely, we will be back there, 100%.
I mean, Mikey, I truly believe that you can mix it up with the best of them, to be honest with you, mate. And not a bad account of yourself at all. Like it's always hard for an away fighter, especially like yourself, going over there to America and fighting an Ortiz Mexicano fan base. You know what I mean? They are very, very proud people, those lot, as you found out over there in Vegas. And it you know, there's certainly no lack of opponents where, in terms of the world stage, that you can mix it with. These opponents, you obviously want the big fights. Now, I think I would say more than I've not seen a chink in the armor from the defeat from Ortiz. I mean, it doesn't seem that you're less sharp in any aspect of your game. So
you know what? With my defeat, yeah, it was hard. I'm a very proud man. And I went to Texas with full belief I was going to pull it off, you know, and obviously I didn't. It was a tough pill to swallow at the time. I had to cry in the changing rooms and stuff like that. And then with my comeback fight, it was me out to prove a point, really. I got offered over 6 rounds for the same money in December when I fought Ariarza. I got offered a journeyman to fight, which for the money there was on the table and for what it was, 6 rounds, anyone would have took the easy fight for a comeback fight. And in my head, I wanted a tough, dangerous fight. So I fought over 6 rounds for hardly no money. Roberto Ariarza, who 19 wins, I think 4 losses and 14 KOs, you know. My mindset is a lot different than most others. Mm-hmm. And that was me proving the point. Firstly, I didn't want to end 2022 with a loss. Secondly, I wanted my comeback win to be against somebody good. And you know, we fulfilled that, and we got that done. You know, it's been frustrating because I know the level I can fight at and I should be fighting at, but it's also been difficult. I kind of got to fight who's put in front of me and stuff like that, and I've got to wait for these opportunities to arise again, which is always tough, and it is a little bit frustrating, but I've got a great team that I've got full trust in, you know, and, you know, like I said before, keep winning, and the opportunities will arise again, 100%.
I mean, obviously, you know, that's brilliant, considering that you fought on, obviously, Golden Boy shows, you fought on Eddie shows, you fought on Ben shows. You're pretty much there, Mikey, with all of the elite promotional companies all around the world. What with most of the premier opponents being in America at the minute, who is the biggest one on your hit list at the minute? What's the most realistic? And you got obviously your Boots Ennis and who have you? Who at 147 at the minute have you got your eye on?
If I could pick my next opponent, like God willing, May's 27th goes okay, and I'm more than confident I get the job done, whoever my opponent will be. I would like
You'll
the
do
Blair
it,
Cobbs.
We know you will.
Yeah, I like the Blair Cobbs fight because it sells. He's a hell of a character. We fought on 2 of the same cards, and he has called me out in the past. So realistically, it makes perfect sense. I like stateside trips. The 2 times I've been to America, they treat me really well. They respect me as a fighter, like probably more than I've been respected over here over the last few years. To be honest, I was treated really well over there. But like I can't really overlook my next outing. But the America trips are definitely on my mind. Definitely on my mind. Obviously, for me, I've made it no secret. Go on.
Oh, sorry, sir. It's built a fan base over there, Mikey. With the showing of those 2 fights, I mean, you lost, but you left it all in the ring. And I think as boxing fans, we sort of, because it's I would say rare that you see fighters that just kind of leave it all in the ring, and you've not got the kind of character of you're shouting about here and all of this and what have you. You literally, your skills pay the bills, mate.
Yeah, that's it. I'm known over there. They like my character, my personality, and stuff like that. And of course, I love representing my city, and on that occasion last year, representing the UK. But these big fights are there. The big fights are there. So who knows what the future holds? Like for me, I've made it no secret that I'll fight anybody on the planet. As long as it's worth it for me in my career now, I'll fight anyone on the planet if it makes sense. And, put full trust in my team for making that happen. I've just got to one fight at a time, get the job done, and those opportunities will come.
So just to get your, so we've spoken a little bit on the welterweight division now, just to get your opinions on the just Ricardo, Mr. Bang Zhang, who I would say gave a one-sided beatdown to a Mr. Joe Joyce. What did you think of the night's festivities, mate? What did you think of that main event?
I don't know, because Joe Joyce walked onto every left hand there, and people are saying he came in too light and stuff like that. If there's any particular reason, I don't know what happened. The fact was, Zhang nailed him almost every time. Yeah, Big Bang Zhang. So full credit to him. You got to think Joe Joyce isn't a spring chicken either. How old is he? Maybe 36, and he had a lot of amateur fights as well. Yeah, so wherever he goes from here, who knows? But yeah, I think Big Bang Zhang got a lot of supporters from the other night.
Mate, we were all Chinese after that fight. I'm telling you right now, every single one of us in the meet, like I was like, I could not believe it. I mean, Joyce is the most durable in the heavyweight division. I think it's, a lot of people said that it was going to catch up to him eventually, and from what we could see, it did. But Zhang being underestimated, I think, was a huge factor.
Yeah, for me, right? For me, and obviously how I've come up and stuff, I'm always a big lover of the underdog. Yeah, I am. In the back of my head, regardless, I'm always really rooting for the underdog if it's like that, Obviously rooting for the Brit, like firstly rooting for the Brit, of course, but when an underdog pulls something off, I'm happy for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the underdog title, but yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to him.
Just get your opinion, obviously, on the the huge main event coming up this weekend. I think we are spoilt as boxing fans for these two main events. We'll touch a little bit on the one in Cardiff. What's your take on the fight, Cordina Rakhimov? You're looking forward to it, obviously. Who do you think is going to win? What is my problem? What's the
Joe Cordina, you know, I'm a big Joe Cordina fan. I boxed on the same card he did in fight camp when I fought Ranowski. He fought, I think, first round knockout or something on the Boazzi undercard. I think my brother sparred Cordina in the past as well. You know, big fan of Cordina. When he won by that lovely knockout last year, unbelievable. I really think he does it again and knocks this Rakhimov out. I really do believe that. He's an exceptional fighter. You know, so yeah, looking forward to that.
Do we think that art was still there where Cordina left it? Do we think that he will go on to unify, become undisputed? It seems he's on that pathway. I mean, he's got dynamite in both hands, incredible counterpuncher is Cordina. The Shakur fight would have been incredible.
Yeah,
that fight it's fortunate that we may not see any people going to go up, but do you think that he can dispute? A lot going on with his gym at the moment, but we won't go too much into that. But do you think that's kind of had an effect on him?
Who knows? Who knows? I doubt he's a professional through and through, of course, fighting at the elite level. The Shakur fight would have been great. I don't see many people beating Shakur, but do I think he can go on and unify? 100%. I think he's an exceptional talent, Joe Cordina. And yeah, like still quite early on in his career too. So 100%, I think he can go on and do big things in boxing.
Oh, million percent. Very young, both of them. It seems that Cordina is destined to become undisputed. I wouldn't be shocked if Rakhimov did pull it off. Great fighter is Rakhimov. I personally think, in my opinion, but I definitely think that Cordina's got that fight. I would say 10th round stoppage if I had to place a bet on it, which I just might. But just two more from me, Mikey. I won't take too much of your time, and thank you again. Firstly, going back to the 147 division, we have it under good. We've heard the rumors, the airwaves, whatever you want to call it, that the two champions in your division will be meeting. I'm not going to say a date because it just changes like the wind. Crawford and Spence. Who do you see winning that fight? What do you think the deciding factor will be? And which one would you most like to fight between the both of them?
It's one of them, and it flip a coin. These two are the two elites. Who do I met Crawford when I was out in Texas. He was there fight week and stuff. I had a chat with him and stuff. He's not that big for a 147 fighter, you know. You'd be surprised, like face to face, he's not that big. But I think there's a fact. I'm sure there was a rumor that Spence was going to move up soon, regardless. You know, so I think I would back Crawford, being better at the weight, being such an exceptional talent. If I had to make a bet, I would bet Crawford on points. That would be my bet.
Crawford on points. I'm of the same ilk and opinion. I think that Crawford but the style for me is the deciding factor. That southpaw, but then I'm of the opinion that Devin Haney beats Shakur Stevenson, orthodox v southpaw. So, you know, again, a lot of people always take into account the southpaw.
Yeah.
What do you think about that in terms of styles?
It's two southpaws there, isn't it, at the 147? Two southpaws. Obviously, Errol Spence is a big southpaw. But I just think the talent that Crawford has, I don't think at 147, do you know what I mean? It would be I can't go against Crawford at 147, you know. Great fight, and obviously the world can't wait for it to happen.
Absolutely, Micah. The problem. Thank you so much. Just one more question for me. Final prediction for Tank v Garcia. Incredible, huge spectacle. Two young men in their prime coming together and giving us some great entertainment from PBC, Showtime, and Golden Boy. Still can't believe it's happening. Who do you think is going to win? Knockout, obviously, and the deciding factor.
I think Garcia nicks the early rounds, but I don't think he can go 12 rounds without getting caught from Tank. And I think that there's going to be times in the fight where Tank catches Garcia, and I really do believe it'll be night-night. You know, like Garcia has been dropped before. He has been dropped before by, like, obviously, for example, the Luke Campbell, who is a great fighter but a lesser fighter than Tank. I just think even if he's behind, Tank has the shot to equalise, and I think that's what he's going to do.
It seems like the most likely outcome from every boxing fan that Tank is just going to be downloading 7-8 rounds and then just pipe him out of there. I do have a very sneaky feeling that, right, because he's too confident, Mikey. The guy's just been shouting his name for 5 years every single fight.
I've been watching the build-up, and out of the two, Garcia is supremely more confident than Tank. But Tank's Tank's quite a reserved character anyway. He's not the best speaker and stuff like that. And but like the confidence Garcia possesses is unbelievable, you know, which is a massive factor in this game, especially that as you go through levels, mindset is everything. You know, mindset is everything. So like you said, if Garcia goes and stops Tank, it would not surprise me. But like I said before,
I wouldn't be surprised.
If I had to bet, I would bet Tank late knockout. But it wouldn't surprise me if Garcia gets it done.
Absolutely brilliant, Mikey. Just one more sneaky question, bud. Really sorry, but I'd be kicking myself in the neck if I didn't ask you this. It looks like Mr. Conor Benn, obviously there's lots of things going on with him currently in terms of being able to fight in this country. Seeing as you are a journeyman fight, not journeyman fighter, but you will travel to another man's backyard and you will give them the business. How, if a Conor Benn fight was offered to you today, Mikey, would you fight him at 147?
1000%. I've made it clear since 2017.
Because for me, I don't understand. There's been names of Pacquiao, there's been this person or whatever. Like, I don't understand why your name is not brought into the conversations, considering, you know, links with Matchroom and stuff. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But Mikey, the problem right now, if Eddie was to come up to you right now and say, are we going to be doing this in Dubai for some Dubai bread? What would be the answer?
Of course, you know, there's obviously people wonder why is my name never mentioned. Like, you know, but I think anybody at 147 would want to fight Conor Benn. He's the name to fight, isn't he? He's got a lot to sort out as of yet, so it's none of my business what he's up to or any care of mine right now, you know. Any care of mine, I've got my path. But out of the two, I was vocal for a long time for the fight. It's no secret to anyone. It never came. Will it ever come? Probably not. But, you know, like, he's got a lot bigger... I'm a problem. He's got bigger problems he's got bigger problems to sort out first.
He's got super Mikey problems. But listen, Mikey, thank you so much. As I said, as a local lad in Southampton here, I've been watching your career, and I will continue to support it. Hopefully I can get another interview before your next fight, brother. But have an incredible evening, Mikey, and thank you so much for blessing us with your time, brother.
Sure, no problem, anytime. I just before we finish, I just got a few thank yous to make. Firstly,
say whatever you need to do, brother. Do your thing.
Firstly, this is the first time I've been able to sell tickets to my supporters since November 2019, because COVID happened. Then I went on the road. I went to America twice. I was out in Rome. The one in Bournemouth I was on last minute. I picked the tickets at lunchtime, and the response I've got has been unbelievable. For somebody that, when I first turned pro 8 years ago, I couldn't sell tickets in my hometown. I couldn't sell 30 tickets in my hometown, to how it's become, and the love and the support I received from Portsmouth, not just Portsmouth, around the UK. It's been unbelievable. Day one of ticket sales have gone unbelievable, and also I've got a lot of gratitude for my team, because I've got a great performance team around me that don't really get a lot of mention. They see me, they don't see everyone else. Like, obviously my dad's my head coach and my manager.
Shout them all out, Mikey. Give them all love, bro.
Yeah,
shout everyone out. This is you.
My dad and Miles Harding is the glue to the team. We've got my physio that I've been working closely with over the 2 years, more closely the last year, Cam Brew from SCRX Physiotherapy. Very closely worked with him. My nutritionist, Greg Allison. My S&C, Mark Coombs, everyone else that plays little roles in helping me become the best version of myself, because I put the work in, but I listen to my team. I put full trust in my team, and we're still growing as a fighter every day, and I've just got a lot of gratitude and thanks to them. My sponsors, my city, everybody. It's not just me. We're all on this journey together, and the journey's far from over.
The journey is far from over. Mikey, the problem, brother, honestly, incredible, inspirational words, man. And I know for a fact, young kids looking at you and thinking that, you know what, I can do better, I can be better, and I can achieve my dreams. And I just wish nothing for the best from you, brother. And hopefully we get those really big fights. And I hope Mr. Cobbs is ready for some work.
Tune in, watch me get the job done next month. It's a huge card. I'm very blessed to be a part of it. So I don't like calling other people out yet, but let me get my job done. And then afterwards, if you want to have me back on, we will
definitely, Mikey. I want you to say the names. I want you to drop it like it's hot. Sure. I want you to literally flame everyone, bro. That's the Mikey problem. We want the problems right there.
No problem. You'll get the problem next month. Trust me.
My brother, thank you so much for coming on iBoxing Hub, man. Have a lovely evening, brother.
No problem. Thank you very much.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my scarred with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a back by it. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.